Have you ever planned your entire outing around where the bathrooms are? Do you cross your legs when you laugh, cough, or sneeze? Just in case? You're not alone. And more importantly, you're not stuck this way. Today, we're uncovering 6 common habits that might be quietly wrecking your bladder control, and simple steps to take back calm, comfort, and confidence. If that sounds familiar, this video could change everything. If you're a woman over 60 and you've ever had to cross your legs when you sneeze, or mapped out restrooms before leaving the house, or whispered, "Please, not now," while rushing to the toilet, this message is for you. This isn't aging. These are 6 hidden habits, and they are quietly stealing your bladder control. If any of that hit home, hit subscribe. Then send this to one woman you love. This could change her day, maybe even her life. After years of helping women across the country, from Phoenix to Pittsburgh, I've seen the same quiet pattern play out. Strong, capable women slowly losing confidence, not because their bodies failed them, but because no one ever told them what was quietly breaking their control. This is not permanent. You can take back control, and it starts with one shift. Let's look at the habit that might be doing the most harm and how to change it. Habit 1, holding it too long. You've probably done this without thinking. I used to do it too. It's the first habit, and it's quietly wrecking your bladder. Holding it in too long. It sounds harmless, efficient even. You hold it through the checkout line, the red lights on the drive home, while you unload milk and eggs onto the counter, until you're standing in the hallway, dancing in place, fumbling for the bathroom light. I hear this all the time. "I'm training my bladder. I'll go later." But here's the truth. The longer you hold it, the more stress you put on your bladder muscles. And over time, they stop working the way they're supposed to. According to the Mayo Clinic, regularly delaying urination can weaken the bladder muscles and increase the risk of urinary tract infections. Instead of getting stronger, they get confused. You start getting urgent signals out of nowhere, or no signal until it's too late. And it's not just your bladder. Your pelvic floor, the group of muscles that supports everything down there, starts to fatigue too. That's when accidents happen. Not because you're weak, but because your body is overwhelmed. Let me put it this way. You wouldn't hold your breath for hours and call it lung training, right? Same goes for your bladder. So what can you do instead? Set a timer. Every 2 to 3 hours. Not when it's urgent. Not when it's too late. Just go. Calmly. On schedule. This simple shift helps retrain your bladder's rhythm. It gives your muscles a break from all that unnecessary tension. It's not about discipline. It's about respect. And your body will thank you for it. And this is just the first habit. The next one? It's sitting in your favorite mug, and it's making things worse every single morning. Habit 2, too much caffeine. Habit 2, it starts with something warm, familiar, and sitting right there in your favorite mug, your morning coffee. Now, I'm not here to ruin your routine. I love a good cup too. Barbara, 68, a retired elementary school teacher from Ohio, has her morning routine down to a science. 2 cups of strong black coffee, the local newspaper spread out on her kitchen table, and soft morning sunlight filtering through her lace curtains. It's comforting, until her bladder starts calling the shots. And worse, It was running her bladder. Every morning, 2 big mugs of strong black coffee while reading the paper. By 10 a.m., she was already on her third bathroom trip. She knew the restroom layout at Target better than the aisles. She even avoided long drives, just in case. She thought it was just age, but it wasn't. Deep down, she dreaded leaving the house. Not because of the crowds, but the bathrooms. Here's what most people don't realize. Caffeine is a double hit to your bladder. It's a diuretic. It tells your kidneys to make more urine. Mayo Clinic notes that caffeine can irritate the bladder and worsen symptoms of overactive bladder in older adults. And it's a stimulant. It makes your bladder muscle twitchy, jumpy, and way too sensitive. So even if you didn't drink a gallon, your bladder acts like you did. 1 minute, you're fine. The next, you're on a mission to find a toilet. Fast. And that energy boost? For many women, it comes at the cost of bladder spasms, leaks, and constant urgency. So what can you do? Start small. Cut back to 1 mild cup in the morning. Then stop. Better yet, try switching to a low caffeine or herbal tea. Chamomile is soothing. Rooibos is naturally sweet and caffeine-free. Both can still give you that warm, cozy start without the mad dash to the bathroom. It's not about giving up comfort. It's about giving up chaos and taking back calm. Ever feel like you could write a bathroom guidebook for your town? Let me know in the comments. Your story might help another woman feel seen. And if that coffee cup surprised you, wait until you hear what your favorite chair might be doing to your bladder. Let's talk about Habit 3. Habit 3. Poor sitting posture. Let's move on to Habit 3. And this one hides in plain sight. It's not about what you eat, or even what you drink. It's about how you sit. Meet Sharon, 74, a former state librarian from Texas. Every night after dinner, she settles into her favorite recliner with a cup of peppermint tea and an episode of Law and Order. It's her happy place until she notices she's leaking more than just storylines. Every evening, same routine, tea in hand, favorite recliner, feet up, TV on. Sounds peaceful, right? But then she started noticing something new. Little leaks during her shows. Urgency that came out of nowhere. At first, she blamed the second cup of tea, but the real problem wasn't in her cup, it was in her chair. Here's what most women don't realize. Your posture can make or break your bladder control. That slouched, relaxed recliner pose. It feels good, but inside your body, it's chaos. When you slouch, your lower belly pushes down. That puts pressure on your bladder, and it shifts your pelvic floor muscles out of alignment. Harvard Health reports that poor posture can negatively impact core and pelvic floor function, leading to reduced bladder control. Those muscles, they're your bladder's support system, and when they're off, it's like trying to hold water with a torn net. So when you cough, sneeze, or stand up fast, everything feels a little less secure. And no, it's not about being lazy. It's about not knowing. So what can you do? Sit with intention, not tension. Use a small pillow behind your lower back for support. Keep your feet flat on the floor, knees at a right angle. Let your spine stay tall, shoulders relaxed, and pelvis neutral, not tilted too far forward or back. You don't have to sit like a soldier. But awareness? That changes everything. Even just adjusting how you sit during your favorite show can make your bladder feel more supported and give your pelvic floor a break. Your chair shouldn't be the reason you feel out of control. Ever catch yourself slouching halfway off the couch? Drop a comment if that's you, and tell me your favorite chair at home. We might just redesign how comfort looks. And coming up next, we're talking about water. Yes, water, the good-for-you habit that might be quietly overwhelming your bladder. Let's talk about habit 4. Habit 4, overhydration. Habit 4 sounds like health advice, but for your bladder, it might be the biggest troublemaker of all: drinking water. We've been told for years, stay hydrated, and for good reason. Water supports your kidneys, joints, even your skin. But what they don't always tell you is this: too much water, too fast, can overwhelm your bladder. Eileen, 76, lives in sunny Florida and spends her mornings tending to roses and walking the park trails near her home. She carries a giant purple water bottle wherever she goes, a habit she picked up from a doctor's advice. But lately, those walks have started feeling like restroom recon missions. Keeps her water bottle with her like it's an accessory. Her doctor once told her, drink plenty of water. So she did. 12 glasses a day, sometimes more. She knew every bathroom stop along her walking route, not because she wanted to, but because she had to. She even started skipping her favorite trail, not because of the hills, but because it had no restrooms. But here's what Eileen didn't expect. Along with feeling hydrated, she also felt out of control. Rushed trips to the bathroom, leaking on walks, waking up 2 or 3 times a night to pee. At first, she didn't connect the dots. After all, water is supposed to be good for you. But like anything, too much, too quickly, can throw your system off balance. Your bladder isn't a bottomless tank. Experts at Mayo Clinic caution that drinking excessive amounts of water can dilute essential electrolytes, affecting muscle and nerve function, including in the pelvic floor. It's more like a balloon. If you fill it too fast or too often, it starts misfiring. You feel urgency before you're really full, or worse, you can't hold it long enough to make it. And here's the kicker: too much water can actually dilute key minerals your muscles need to function properly, including your pelvic floor. So what can you do instead? Aim for about 6 to 8 cups a day, depending on your size, activity, and the weather. But more important than the total, the timing. Space your sips throughout the day. Don't gulp it all down in the morning. And definitely not right before bed. Eileen made one simple change. She stopped drinking water 2 hours before sleep. Within a week, she went from 3 nighttime trips to 1, and she woke up feeling like herself again. Water is life, but balance is freedom. Ever feel like you're always looking for a bathroom, even though you're just drinking water? If this sounds like you, you're not alone. Share your story in the comments. It might be exactly what another woman needs to feel understood. And next, We're talking about something nobody likes to discuss, but it might be the hidden cause of all that bladder pressure. Let's talk about habit 5. Habit 5. Ignoring constipation. It's not glamorous. It's not easy to mention, but it affects nearly every woman I've ever worked with. Constipation. Almost no one talks about it, but it could be quietly sabotaging your bladder control from the inside out. Elaine, 81, a piano teacher turned full-time grandma, keeps tissues and a crossword folded in her purse. Living in a cozy Pennsylvania town, she's dealt with sluggish digestion for years, brushing it off with a smile. But the pressure in her belly started telling a different story. For years, she thought her digestion was just slow. A few days with no movement, some bloating, a little discomfort. Nothing serious, right? But then came the leaks, the heavy downward pressure, moments where she didn't make it to the bathroom in time, even though she tried. She blamed the tea, the weather, even her age. But what no one told her was this: when your bowels are backed up, they press directly on your bladder. That pressure messes with your bladder's signals and overworks your pelvic floor muscles. According to the National Institute on Aging, chronic constipation can press against the bladder, leading to increased urinary urgency and leakage. It's like traffic on a single-lane road. If one part is blocked, everything else backs up. Elaine found herself crossing her legs not just from urgency, but from that heavy, stuck feeling in her gut. And here's the sneaky part. Constipation doesn't always scream for attention. It can build up slowly, quietly, until your bladder can't take the pressure anymore. So what can you do? Start by adding more fiber to your meals. Not all at once, but steadily. Pears, prunes, spinach, carrots. Simple, gentle choices that move things along. Drink water consistently but not excessively, and move your body every day. Even a 10-minute walk after dinner helps. And here's one more game changer. Try using a small footstool under your feet when you're on the toilet. It lifts your knees slightly, aligns your body naturally, and helps you go without straining. Elaine made these changes, just a little at a time, and within weeks, she noticed a shift. Less pressure, fewer leaks, more confidence. Your gut and bladder share the same space. Take care of one, and the other can breathe easier. Have you ever been surprised at how digestion affects everything else? Let me know in the comments. You never know. Your story might be the one that helps another woman feel less alone. And next, we're tackling a myth that's kept too many women silent, a quiet mistake, thinking you're too old to fix what's slipping. Let's talk about habit 6. Habit 6. Skipping pelvic floor exercises. Now, habit 6. It's quiet. It doesn't cause panic or pain, but it slowly chips away at your strength until one day you ask, when did this get so hard to control? One day you're fine. The next, you're packing a spare pair of underwear, just in case. Skipping pelvic floor exercises. Linda, 79, a retired nurse from Colorado, raised 4 kids and rarely asks for help. She's practical to a fault. So when her doctor suggested pelvic floor exercises, she laughed it off. That's for younger women, she said, until a few leaks started changing her tune. strong-willed, practical, and like many women her age, she avoided awkward topics. When her doctor first mentioned Kegel exercises, Linda chuckled. "That's for younger women," she said. "That ship has sailed." But then came the leaks. The unexpected trickles when she coughed. The little rush when she stood up too fast. Or that cold panic when you feel a leak at the grocery store checkout line. What no one ever explained to Linda is this. Your pelvic floor is a group of muscles. Just like your arms, your core, or your legs. Mayo Clinic recommends pelvic floor exercises, like Kegels, to strengthen bladder control in women of all ages, especially after 60. And if you don't use them, they weaken. You wouldn't expect to carry groceries if you never worked your arms. So why expect your bladder control to hold steady without support? And here's the good news. It is not too late. Even in your 70s, 80s, and yes, your 90s, you can strengthen your pelvic floor. Start with simple Kegels. And here's exactly how to do them. Sit or lie down in a comfortable position. Squeeze the muscles you'd use to stop the flow of urine. That's your pelvic floor. Hold that squeeze for about 5 seconds. Then relax those muscles for 5 seconds. Repeat this cycle 10 times in a row. Do it 3 times a day, morning, afternoon, and evening. You don't need to go to a gym. You can do this while watching TV, lying in bed, or even brushing your teeth. Just a few minutes a day can make a world of difference. And no one even has to know you're doing it. If you want extra support, there are easy-to-use apps, videos, and at-home tools designed just for this. No gym, no awkward conversations, just quiet, steady progress. That's what Linda did. She started with 5 squeezes a day. That's it. And slowly, her control returned. Not perfect, but better. More confidence, less fear, and a new sense of strength she hadn't felt in years. Skipping these exercises doesn't mean you failed. It just means no one told you how much power you still have. Have you ever tried pelvic floor exercises? Or are you just starting now? Tell me in the comments. Let's normalize this conversation, because silence isn't strength. Action is. Have a tip or trick that helped your pelvic floor. Share it below. Another woman might thank you for it. And now that we've covered all 6 habits, let's take a breath and wrap it all up together. Let's wrap this up, gently but powerfully. We've talked through 6 habits, quiet little things that creep into your routine without warning, not out of laziness, but out of habit and not knowing. Let's go over them again, like cleaning out an old drawer, and finally seeing what's been hiding. Holding it too long, thinking it strengthens your bladder when it actually weakens it. Too much caffeine, especially those cozy morning coffees that stir up chaos in your bladder. Poor sitting posture, soft chairs that feel relaxing but add pressure where it doesn't belong. Overhydration, turning water into overload instead of a gift. Ignoring constipation, not realizing your bowels and bladder share the same space. Skipping pelvic floor exercises, thinking it's too late when it's absolutely not. And here's the truth that ties them all together. Your body isn't broken. You are not too old. And this isn't something you just have to live with. Change starts small. One shift, one choice, one habit at a time. Maybe today, it's sitting taller, Maybe tomorrow, it's going before it gets urgent. Maybe this week, it's learning to gently strengthen your pelvic floor. Whatever it is, know this: you are not alone. Thousands of women are walking this same path with you, and every little change matters. If this video gave you even one helpful tip, don't keep it to yourself. Hit that like button so YouTube knows this matters. Subscribe so you never miss a moment of practical advice made just for you. And share this video with one woman you love, your sister, your neighbor, your walking buddy, because one small tip could save someone from a very big worry. Leave a comment below and tell me, which habit hit home for you? Your voice might be the one that makes another woman feel seen and a whole lot less alone. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Because here, we don't chase perfection. We tell the truth. We build strength. And we age with intention. Let this be your reminder. Small steps matter. A posture change, a gentle squeeze, one less cup of coffee. They all add up to something powerful. Your comfort, your confidence, your freedom. Start today. Stay consistent and never stop choosing yourself. Thank you for spending these minutes with me. Bladder health might not be a popular topic, but it matters, and you matter. Stay strong, stay curious, and never forget, you deserve to age with comfort, with dignity, and with joy. I'll see you next time. Until then, take gentle care.